Now, Menzgold Ghana CEO Nanapia Mensah, also known as Naimos, has told an Accra High Court he was properly licensed to operate, rejecting claims that the company ran illegally. He said Menzgold completed all PMMC requirements, paid the fees, and was vetted before receiving approval to trade gold. Naimos is facing 39 charges, including operating without a license, fraud, and money laundering over claims he defrauded investors. Outside the court, aggrieved customers convener Frederick Forson said nearly 300 customers have died while waiting for their money and urged the court to hold daily sittings to speed up the process.
We had called for daily trial. So today being Monday, we were thinking that we could come 1 or 2 days before the week ends. But we don't know the diary of the courts and that of the lawyers, and so I think that's the scheduled date and we will abide by it. Just that we want to use the medium to appeal to the courts that we should resume that daily trial before the prima facie case was established. That time we were doing daily trial and the case went well, because for you know, we have spent almost 8 years when this matter broke. And so at this stage that we are doing the cross-examination for number one, we believe that daily trial will help us. Last 3 weeks, we buried 3 people in Takwa. And so as for the destruction and the deterioration, it's still going on. We are not seeing any hope, especially with the issue of payment of the money. But we believe in the court process. So far, there's no bar at the Supreme Court. The last time we went to court, he withdrew the case. And so we believe that now the courts, the High Court here can go ahead with the cross-examination. We only hope that we shall resume or return to the daily trial so that there will be speed, there will be justice in record time, because it's been 8 years and this case moved to the High Court since 2023. We are in 2026. It's not been easy. A lot of, see the numbers. When the case started, we have huge numbers in the court, but now members' hopes appears to be dwindling.
Mr. Forson has also alleged Naimos previously delayed proceedings with multiple appeals, but said withdrawing the latest appeal should allow the case to proceed smoothly.
Initially, we thought these processes, even though he has the constitutional mandate to do it, but they are a form of delayed tactics. But we were very patient enough to go through with him. So we were happy last week when he went to the courts and withdrew the case. And I believe the court said he doesn't have liberty to reapply. So that is good for us. And now the High Court can proceed with the case. The last time he was saying that he's going to assign a lawyer to each of the accused persons. Today, too, he repeated it in court. We want to see how that's going to pan out. But today, he said he was speaking for himself and not the rest of the accused. We want to see how that will work. But at the end of the day, he himself admits that he's indebted to us. And so we believe that even though the criminal one is going on, he must make the necessary arrangement, because the court right from the embarrassing stage of this case, the court said he could come for plea bargaining, so that, because at the end of the day, it's our money that we want, and if we're able to settle us, I'm sure the state will take cognizance of that gesture and they will know how to go around this case. So it's important that he tries as much as possible to begin the process of settling the customers. That is more important.
Let's bring you other stories this evening as the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat, Naimos, this weekend seized a cache of weapons and ammunition from illegal miners found to have blocked mining in portions of the Butre River in the Ahanta West District of the Western Region. Well, the task force also seized 16 excavators and destroyed 20 chamfan and 12 pumping machines, a renewed onslaught on illegal miners in the Western and Eastern regions at the weekend. Erastus Asaridonko was there and brought us a wrap, but let's go on to Zoom right now and speak to Kenneth Ashigbe, who is the convener of the Media Coalition Against Illegal Mining. Grateful for your time this evening, Mr. Ashigbe. How would you describe the latest operation by Naimos? Kindly unmute your microphone so we can hear you.
Yes, can you hear me?
I can.
Right. Okay. So, well, I think it's important that we recognize the work Naimos is doing and support it. But for me, the challenge in all of this is that what are the MCs and the DCs in these communities doing? Why are they waiting for Naimos to come all the way from Accra or come from wherever they are to come and arrest? You know, the example, for example, of the arrest that was done of people who were working by the sides of the roads. There are communities that you go. This weekend, I traveled from Takwa to Takrady. You see Galamsey hidden in plain sight. And you're wondering what the MCs are doing about that. Why are they waiting for Naimos to come in before they deal with this? So as we commend Naimos, we commend the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources for all that he's doing, you still have these challenges also plaguing us. And I think one of the major challenges that we would resolve is if we were able to provide Naimos with the resources so that they'll have permanent bases in some of these places, as they promised when we had a meeting with His Excellency, the CSOs had a meeting with His Excellency, the President. Let's get Naimos to have permanent bases in some of these forest reserves, have them around some of these water bodies. And also the move by the Forestry Commission to have permanent bases for their forest guards in these communities. I think it's a move that is worthy of support, where we can build infrastructure that, you know, would be able to protect them and have them in those places. But I will plead with His Excellency the President, he should start holding our MCs and DCs
Naimos
accountable.
initiated a major raid on illegal miners.
I was just about coming there, Mr. Ashigbe. You've previously said that the president should sack any MMDC whose area Galamsey is still rife. Is that a decision you still stand by?
You see, the MCs, the DCs are the president's representative in those communities. They are the chairpersons of the district or municipal security committees. They also, where there are mining committees in those districts and in municipalities, they are the heads of them. And so when Galamsey is happening in those communities, and then what are they doing as representatives of His Excellency the President? And we know that His Excellency himself had said one of the major KPIs so far as the fight against this illegality was concerned was going to be holding our MCs and our DCs accountable. Unfortunately, to date, we've not seen anything like that happening. And some of these arrests that Naimos has done, they are all happening within districts. And there are district MCs and DCs who are responsible. You go into places like Dunko, for example. The MC who is there, he's giving tax to excavators to go and do illegal mining, to go and do mining. Ask him whether he's checked, whether all of those excavators that he's giving tax to are all doing legal mining. And so they need to support the president in his effort, because in as much as Galamsey is a national problem, the solution to it is local. And we need to start, they are the first people we should be holding accountable.
Kenneth Ashigbe, thank you very much. He is the convener of the Media Coalition Against Galamsey. Now, the Tono and Via irrigation dams, once reliable lifelines for dry season farming in the Upper East region, are now under growing threat. Rising temperatures, erratic rainfall and prolonged dry spells linked to climate change are reducing water levels and disrupting carefully planned irrigation schedules. The dams are being pushed beyond what they were originally designed to handle, and farmers are constantly racing against time to avoid post-harvest losses. For Climate Focus today, here's a JoyNews special by Albert Sori.
The Tono Dam, located in Navrongo in the Kasna Nankana municipality, and the Via Dam, located in the Bongo district, have for decades sustained thousands of smallholder farmers. Constructed in the 1970s, the dams were designed to support dry season farming and stabilize food production in one of the country's most climate vulnerable zones. Today, however, that lifeline is under increasing threat. Climate change, defined as long-term changes in temperature, rainfall patterns, and weather extremes, largely driven by human activities such as fossil fuel use and deforestation, is putting unprecedented pressure on the Tono and Via irrigation dams and the farming communities that depend on them. According to the irrigation company of Upper Region, ICOR, which manages both facilities, rising temperatures and erratic rainfall have made it increasingly difficult to operate the irrigation schemes as planned. Dominic Anargede is acting managing director of ICOR.
In those days, by April, May, we'll start rainy season. These days, we'll start somewhere June, July. What it means is that we are not longer able to maintain what we call our crop calendar. And we have to give what we call supplementary irrigation. And supplementary irrigation is supposed to just supplement the efforts of the rainfall. But sometimes you end up giving too much water, even during that period. And what is left for the dry season is now reduced. Then also, because of rise in temperatures resulting from climate change, then the surface level of the water becomes so hot. So it is estimated that monthly basis it will lose about 2 to 2.5 million cubic meters of water.
As the rainfall has become more unreliable across the region, more people are moving closer to the dams to engage in irrigated farming.
Climate change has pushed some farmers to now want to farm around the buffer zone, and that also pushes some debris into the dam. We have been fighting that.
Downstream in the lowlands under the Tono irrigation scheme, farmers are facing mounting uncertainty. Some currently risk losing their crops because ICOR must halt water supply to allow for canal cleaning and maintenance ahead of the dry season farming window.
Farmers were not able to go in the time they were supposed to. The rains did not come for them to start early. And the ICOR calendar, they have a calendar that says start now and end at this time. So if the farmer is not able to fall in line with the ICOR calendar, then at the time his crop will still need water. That is the time ICOR might want to carry out maintenance.
We don't start the season early. The rain pattern too, it doesn't come early, or it comes and goes off. Those are the challenges that we are facing from the project. And if it happens like that, we have low yield.
ICOR maintains that the irrigation calendar must be followed to ensure long-term functionality of the system.
A number of farmers, just a few of them, are having harvested, and their demand was to open water again. Can you imagine that? And that is supposed to be the rainy season, which started somewhere June, July. So see that the main rain will stop, but we still have to supply water to supplement that rainy season, and that now go to reduce the amount of water available for our main dry season.
Reporting for JoyNews, Albert Sorry, Tono, Upper East Region.
This story is brought to you by JoyNews in partnership with CDKN Ghana, University of Ghana Center for Climate Change and Sustainability Studies, with funding from Claire R4I Opportunities Fund.
The Pulse returns shortly after this break.